just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Packer Up, boys. And don't forget, 6 p.m. Monday, we have Father's Day blend, unique blend, limited edition, also limited edition design that you can only get on Father's Day. Once they're gone, they're gone. World's greatest dad. The first new blend we've done. Smells so friggin' good. Trust me, it smells so good. So make sure to get it for the old man or your husband or whoever, or ask your wife to get some for you. And also, we've got discounts on slides, Bloke undies, a bunch of different stuff. Monday, 6 p.m, there'll be a huge Bloke sale, a huge Grumpy sale. Make sure to be there, guys. Limited edition. And also, don't forget, brought to you by Aspley Mazda, Luke Camilleri right now has a special deal only for Bloke only for Bloke community members, but you have to message him on Instagram to get it. LDC_01, give him a message, give him a follow. He'll take care of you. He can also quote you on used cars if you want to trade in. He can do all that stuff. He can just do it on Instagram. You don't need to go in, you don't need to call or anything, so shoot him a message, LDC_01. Sandor, how you going, brother?
Hey, very good, brother. Been a busy week, and apologies for my one and only tip that I put out there last night. It was a massive dead end, but yeah, I'm good, bro. Good.
Matty, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very chipper after last night, but yeah, I'm glad I saw that tip after it happened because no good. I actually did go Colmatungy as well. I thought he was an absolute shoo-in, but yeah, nah. No good.
Well, I wanted to open the podcast with this because this is Packer Up, boys. In a recent experiment by a team in Austria, they've achieved a time translation for a single photon by using a quantum switch, effectively sending it back to its prior state without observing its path, which is a breakthrough in quantum mechanics rather than macroscopic time travel. This is different from the sci-fi idea of time travel, but represents a significant advancement in controlling quantum particles. What happened? A team of scientists used an experimental device called a quantum switch. They sent a single photon of light through this device. The quantum switch effectively reverted the photon to a previous state, causing it to appear as if it had returned to an earlier point in time. That's crazy.
Can you break that down?
I was going to say, can you tell me that like I'm five, please?
So quantum mechanics is like the smallest part of the, you've got...
Is this a conspiracy theory?
No, this is real. This happened. So it's the first time ever we've been able to turn time back. And so quantum mechanics is like the most tiniest stuff that we don't really know that much about. For example, a photon... If you observe it, it reacts to just you observing it. So they've got to do these experiments where they're not observed, they've got a control for that. And so they've taken a photon and taken it back a second in time.
What?
Yes. So this is not about transporting a person or an object backward in time. It's about manipulating the states of quantum particles, which are tiny and behave according to quantum rules. Observing a quantum system inherently changes it. So that means once you observe it, it changes it. So the process was designed to rewind the system state without knowing its internal path. The implications, this breakthrough offers a way to control and manipulate time at a quantum level. Not for a practical level. It helps scientists understand the nature of time and its relationship to quantum mechanics.
Okay, so in easier terms to understand, are you saying that it changed the behavior of it and they saw that the behavior was acting like it would a second earlier?
Ago. So imagine just a person. And you reversed me to a second before.
Okay.
So I repeated what I said. That's basically what it is. So I'll read what quantum mechanics is. Quantum mechanics is the field of physics that explains how matter and energy behave at the atomic and subatomic level, describing phenomena that defy classic physics. So there's physics, and then they discovered quantum physics, and quantum physics doesn't necessarily match up with all the equations we have for physics. And so they're still trying to work out what is quantum physics? And the world is made up of quantum physics. And so it's based on the concept of quantization, where quantities like energy come in discrete packets, quanta, rather than continuous amounts. Key principles include wave-particle duality. I think that's so if two particles that are connected on either side of the world, whatever happens to one will happen to the other, and they don't know what the connection is. Where particles and particles and superposition, where a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously. So a single particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously. Yeah. So I just wanted to open Packer Up Boys with that, because I thought it was quite interesting that they've discovered how to go back a second in time when it comes to quantum mechanics.
Yeah, wow. I feel stupid.
I feel stupid.
You know what's crazy is, like, we are so disrespectful to all the smart scientists and all that stuff that set this whole world up. Like, scientists have created this environment that we live in. We use fucking cameras, we use microphones, the internet, and we don't treat them like rock stars. We should be treating them like rock stars, because they lay the foundation for the civilization we're currently in. But I don't know any of their names.
Yeah, no, neither.
I tell you what's funny you say that about the camera. I was talking about this with someone the other day. Like, we obviously take cameras for granted. We all have it on our phones. But how crazy are they when you really strip it down? Like, they are literally capturing a moment in time. Like, imagine telling someone that a couple of centuries ago.
Yeah. Oh, mental.
Well, and combine that with the internet, the fact that now we can FaceTime someone on the other
side of the planet. Bloody crazy.
That's insane. Quantum physics is definitely a rabbit hole. I'm going to choose to take away from it that we can go back in time. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you?
I was going to ask, would you rather go back in time or go forward in time?
Okay, let me just ask a follow-up question. Do I have the choice to do it whenever? Or?
Yeah, but you can only pick one.
I think to be able to constantly jump back in time and do it, and then I can go back again. Nah, I'm going to do it again. I think that would be cool.
There's a Rick and Morty episode about that. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Called like that. Imagine the shit you could do. You just do something absolutely ridiculous. All right, I'm going back.
That would be good. But in the episode, he didn't realize that he was creating a new alternate universe every time. Yeah. So he basically killed himself 100 million times.
Yeah, wow.
Because he just kept like in some instances he'd just go to the zoo and jump into a thing of rhinoceroses, and then as soon as he was about to die, he'd go back in time. He wasn't aware though he was creating all these different universes.
Jesus. Before we just used the last small fraction photon of our brain power that we have left before we pack it up and focus on the
There's
football.
None left, to be honest. And we didn't even use it.
Obviously got a lot of messages around the flat Earth theory video.
Oh my God,
I would love some.
Did you come prepared?
No, definitely not. I'd love some opinions. But what I did come with was a question that was posed to me.
Okay.
So firstly, I'd just like a little bit of feedback on what you thought of on the video.
It's just like one thing about the sun. Like, that's it.
Yeah, it was very religious in the end.
Yeah.
In reflection.
It's very, very woo-woo. And so it's literally just one bit of evidence.
To me,
okay.
Is a plate round or flat? That's a good question.
Well, it's flat in one dimension and it's round in the other dimension.
So what's the Earth?
A sphere.
Okay. Is it round?
Yeah, it's a sphere. But it's a sphere. A sphere is different to a plate. A plate's not a sphere. Like, a sphere's a ball. So
good point.
Whoever messaged you, just fucking
we'll out them.
Focus on getting through the day. Just stop eating crayons. Whoever messaged you. But anyway, there's probably some fucking really smart person right now going, oh my God, this is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard in my life. That's okay. That's okay. We're here to entertain. We're here to, we used to be gladiators in the arena. Now we're just retired people that talk shit, which is, that's what we do.
I was an actual gladiator, so.
That is unbelievable.
I know you're speaking about your ancestors,
it's okay. Let's get some photos up of Sandor in his Gladiators kit.
I'm all for it. Like,
tell the people how you got in the Gladiator.
I appreciate you reflecting on history and your ancestors, but you have a gladiator.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Could you wear your feather next time?
my bird feather.
Tell the people how you got involved in Gladiator.
How I got involved? Well, they reached out. They were casting, and we went to a combine style trial.
Yeah, surely you dominated.
Yeah. That was the peak of my powers.
Yeah,
definitely. But it had all. It was like.
Did you train for it?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
But it had the jump test, the bench press test, the speed agility test, grip test, everything. So,
did you win all of it?
Cool. I don't think I won all of it, but let's just say there was 5, like 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
there were some big dogs in there.
Oh, so they would live the power.
Yeah, but then they couldn't move
Run.
or
Yeah,
they couldn't
okay.
work laterally or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah.
And what was it like?
It was an awesome experience. My first kind of full-time TV type thing.
Yeah.
But really good crew. 3 weeks. It was a lot of fun.
Did you have a missus at the time?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
It was a lot of good fun. Obviously, my uniform was quite interesting with the booty shorts and the crop top. I'll tell you what, though. I've got a photo of it. I'll show you. I'll send it to you, Matty, so you can post it. But originally, the guy who created the designs and costumes was the same guy who created the design and costumes for Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh, really?
So they came in way off the charts.
Oh, really?
Definitely not kid-friendly.
And did you have to be like, nah, I can't wear
So
that?
if you thought my booty shorts and crop top was controversial, this was 10 next
Are we talking
worse.
G-bangers in that?
Nah, but we're talking like a strap, and I was basically nude. It was full on.
What?
Yeah,
What
it was
the
a
hell?
lot. But yeah, it was a
Because it's for
was a
kids,
wild
but it's
ride.
really
It's a
for
family
old.
show.
It's for mums at home.
yeah, it was a family show.
But like, it's really the mums
Yeah.
at home that are sitting there frothing.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So you're an actual gladiator, eh?
But it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
So like, especially I was a big fan as like a 4,
Do you
5,
reckon I have
6-year-old.
any gladiators in my lineage or not?
Where you from again?
Do you reckon I have gladiator in my DNA, bro? I'm just asking you.
You are from Italy.
And I'm not from Italy.
Are you? You're not Italian?
No, can't.
Oh yeah, we always go
we
through
always
this.
fucking go through this.
But you have to be from somewhere in Europe.
You know what is weird though? At some point, every single person's ancestor was a warrior. At some point.
At some point.
Because otherwise you'd be dead. You're
Yeah.
lying. So like that is a weird thing that at some point you were a tough cunt. But you're probably, obviously we're not tough anymore. But at some point in your genes, you had to have at least one dude that was about that shit. Because otherwise you die. Your genetics don't go through. Who do you reckon? I reckon he had like a Norwegian Viking back in his day or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
I always get
I'll
Viking,
take
but
that.
my dad's family they were gypsies.
Gypsies.
Wow.
You're
Romanian
Māori too,
Romanian
aren't you?
gypsies, yeah.
On the Māori side,
Yeah,
so
so I'll
definitely
take
got
that.
warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you would have 2 warriors on both sides.
Yeah.
I'd fucking
Makes sense.
I had samurais on one side,
Samurai. Yeah.
and then
Samurai and gladiator.
Yeah,
Just-
fuck, I like that. Nah, samurai. Well, Chinese. Yeah, they did have some samurai, but then also on my dad's side there was like English, bit of Irish, but mainly English.
I mean, there's a lot of things I'd love, but imagine if someone could just produce some sort of visual or video and it just goes like a
Pictures of all
highlight
of it.
historical timeline,
Like-
just takes you back.
Bro, there are pretty good things you can do now where they've got like a full database of all these people and they can match you up.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's like it's like, I don't know what the name of the website is, but they can fully do some hectic stuff now. I've always wanted to do it, but you just never get around to it. You know what I mean? But I've always wanted to do it. Like,
Imagine what the world would have been like when, like, obviously we have countries and continents now, but this was all one at one point.
Yeah, it was all
Imagine.
one. Mate, that was millions of years ago. But yeah, seeing your lineage, it's just spaces you out, I reckon. Just would like, and thinking like, because like you never know, like one of your ancestors could have been on the Titanic or fucking, some crazy event in history. Your ancestor could have been a
How
part
good would
of
it be if for some crazy reason all of that data was just tracked and it was all accessible and all
Yeah.
available and we could just easily
I reckon eventually
Yeah?
there'll be some AI program that can just do it like that. When you think about it, like, because all you're really doing is matching up name and genetics, I'd say.
Yeah, you'd need historical data though, wouldn't you?
But you'd have that. You'd have all of it's on the internet.
But where does it stop? Like, where were they keeping data of people? Were people submitting? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as in when you go farther enough back when they're not recording history.
Does that
that's
become a
fair.
problem?
Yeah, that's fair. But fucking crazy. Wild stuff. I tell you what, on the YouTubes, I spoke about it on the DMP, but do you like scary stories on YouTube and that?
Yeah.
Go to Scary Interesting. It's called
Scary
Scary Interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like just basically chock full of just scat stories. Like dudes getting stuck in caves, like submarines with nukes on them that were about to go off and they didn't. Like you name it. It's got crazy stories. There's shark attacks, stranded stuff. There was one story about this. So it was in when slavery was around. So this French captain, when he was illegally getting the slaves. So he was supposed to be a normal French captain that was not getting the slaves, and he was just taking back grain or whatever from Madagascar to France maybe. Anyway, but he was trying to get some extra coin on the side. So what he did was he went and got some slaves, and he was going to take a detour, drop the slaves off, get money, and then take the grain back to France. Anyway, so the way he went, he ended up getting stranded on this island, and because this island is like a kilometre just in the middle of nowhere, just this sand island in the middle of nowhere, they got stranded. They swam in. There was about 80 of the slaves, maybe about 100 of the crew, and the crew eventually built a boat to leave. Like they used all the wood from the broken boat, built another boat, left the slaves there. The slaves lived there for 15 years before someone came and picked them back up, and there was only 8 left, bro. There was only 8 left, and they've still got the evidence of like everything that was built there. So like the slaves managed to survive and build shit there in the middle of the ocean on a thing a kilometre long. They built all these huts, a lookout. Like they just, obviously fish was what they ate. 15 years, bro. And when he got back and asked the king to send someone to save them, the king's like, nah. And so the dude that got back, he kept petitioning for 15 years because he just felt so guilty about leaving those people there. And then, so in the 13th year, they sent a ship back, and then the ship couldn't get past the reef, so it turned around and bounced. So those slaves saw the ship after 13 years and were like, we're out of here, leaves. Then 2 years later, the ship comes back again and finally gets only 8 survived. It was 8 women with a child.
I wonder how many were alive at that 13-year mark, and it just broke their spirit.
Or it tells you about it. It tells you.
Oh, really?
It tells you how many people died each time and that.
Wow. I was watching. I don't have an Apple account, which is frustrating, but the new Jason Momoa movie. It's all about the Maori culture.
Chief. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was watching the shorts for it, but imagine you're there as an Indigenous Maori, and you're, at the edge of the cliff or the beach, and you just start seeing all these boats rock up.
Oh, bro.
You've never seen anything like it in your life. You're just going, what the fuck is this?
Well, you'd think it's a white devil. You'd think it's a white devil.
And then, all right, you don't really have any preconceived perception of what they are, who they are, what they're going to do, and then they just roll out with guns.
Well, have you seen Apocalypto?
Yeah, crazy.
At the end of that movie?
Yeah, I think it's a good timing it cut off, but I'm kind of like,
I want to see what happens.
Yes.
But it's just like, what would happen. You'd look up.
Apocalypto's so good.
It's such a fucking good movie.
So good.
But I always think, like, imagine how intimidating an actual Māori war cry would be when you've rolled up to a beach and they're like preparing for war and they do the haka, some version of it, but they're actually going to kill you.
Right. Like they're there. They've obviously gone there with the intent to take over this land. So you know what you're getting into on their side.
Yep.
But to see that, it's one thing, like the haka's intimidating. We see it in footy circles or tradition, but to see that
with
as a warrior,
shit,
ready to
like
those English cats are going to be shitting themselves.
100%.
I know you got a gun, but
like, mate, imagine like it's, as you said, like it's intimidating enough on a footy field. Imagine they're actually about to kill you.
Yeah, they just want to tackle you, not kill you.
Far out. I think that's why I like the huckers and the dances or whatever. The Indigenous dances I like because they mimic. It seems like, apologies if I'm getting this wrong, but it seems like they're mimicking animals, and I reckon that's so cool that it's a connection to the land kind of thing. Man, I'll tell you what, the first time I ever, like, because I've always been someone that's like struggled to understand religion, and like I've never been fully on board with it, although I respect it and I do see the good it does and also some of the bad.
Yes.
And so I never understood how people could believe it, just in my own personal opinion, because I just didn't have enough evidence for it. Anyway, the first time ever where I got it, I was actually in New Zealand, and it was when I would have been like 30, I don't know, I'll say 33 or something. I was with my wife. There's a place called Milford Sands, and you go on this boat, and there's just absolutely beautiful, it's near Queenstown, beautiful, crazy just mountains and hills and whatever. And that was the first time I was like, you know what? If I was thousands of years ago and I saw this kind of nature, I would assume there'd be some kind of earth god or mountain god or sun god, like just because it was so crazy and incredible looking at. People that have been to Milford Sands will know what I'm talking about. That was the first time I was like, you know what? I actually get why back in the day they used to think there was, and some people still do, but like sun gods and earth gods and mountain gods and water gods.
Religion was so different back in ancient history.
Yeah.
To what it is now.
I feel like it made more sense back in the days.
Yeah.
Like, it makes more sense for you to think there's a sun god than there is that some random dude is just like that's been sent down.
And regardless of whether it was true or not, still back in those days, people used it in the wrong way, you know, whether it was to form power or influence. But I don't think it had what it had now, which is, I agree with you, religion at the core of its concept is trying to, you know, instill you or teach you to live a good life. But it's now attached. There is a business to it, and
I wonder how much
it is monetized.
The modern religions. I wonder at what point. So all of it would have started as a good thing. I wonder at what point in each religion people realize we can use this for power. You know what I mean? Like this is a way to control people.
I think quite early, but I just think it's progressed in terms of the levels.
Yeah, far out.
But I also believe at the start it was heavily skewed on like giving a purpose and a belief, and like, why did this happen? Why did that happen? And there was a lot more belief in that respect.
And the sad thing is for a lot of people, it is about belief. It's just for a specific certain people within the religions use it for power. But
I've listened to some great conversations around like, without attaching something to it, that there is a higher power, in kind of universal, and it's interesting. Right? Not as such as a religion, but
yeah, I'll be honest. Like there was probably a period where I was like pretty strongly anti-religion, but as you get a bit older, you kind of see the good in religion. And I know there's bad in everything. There's bad in governments. There's bad in religion. There's bad in people. There's bad in businesses. There's bad in everything. But like as I get older, even though I don't subscribe to it, I still appreciate the good sides of it, the good things that it does.
Yeah, I agree.
And also the powerful part it plays in people's lives. Like a lot of people without religion would really struggle with meaning, with purpose. So I've definitely grown to respect it, even if I don't necessarily engage in it that much. Are you religious, Matty?
I grew up like I went to a Catholic school and kind of a Catholic household, but
I was an altar boy.
We didn't go to what?
You was an altar boy?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah, we didn't go to church every Sunday or anything, and I haven't been to church in.
See, I was I went to church in that. Went to a Catholic school, but I swear to God, even from like a young age, I was like, this doesn't make sense. It just never clicked for me. I just never understood. Just never clicked.
Once I started like kind of thinking for myself, you know, when you're a kid, and you just because I just assumed it was all what I was told. But then, once I kind of got into early high school, I kind of drifted away from it a bit.
But then the question is, you know, if you are of the, you know, if you believe that something has to start from something else, like what was before the Big Bang? What started that? If you like, I think the core question is like, how did things start? What was the creator? What was the higher power that made something start? Something can't start from nothing, and we've never been able to answer that question.
And there's an argument for both sides, but yeah, like you said, I think it's just hard for my logical side of the brain to justify that there's something that could have been responsible, but I don't know anything about it. That's kind of hard, you know?
I don't know about you guys, but if I go really deep into that, I just start wigging out.
Yeah.
It's quantum physics.
It's quantum physics. Well, anyway, that's all been... We figured it out, guys. We figured it out what the creator was.
We're going to go back in time and figure it out. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where
starts with one photon and then...
yeah, exactly.
Boom,
Quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get to 55K on YouTube. Also, join the Bloke Club. Go to www.bloke.club. We gave away Musashi on Monday. We've given away thousands of dollars. We have giveaways every single month. We've also given away, thanks to Lukey Camilleri, LDC_01 Naspoli Mazda, we've given away a car. Join the Bloke Club. It's completely free, guys. Totally easy to join. And also give us a follow on the feed. When it comes to sports bet, guys, give us a follow. Got a bunch of bets on there at the moment. Alrighty, South smash Dragons 40-0. No one saw this coming.
No.
I cannot believe how good South played. I can't even believe it. When I was watching, I was just like, how is this? This is a reserve grade side with a couple of first grades in it. Like, what? Jai Arrow, Keon, Cody Walker came off the bench. Alex Johnson.
What's the number? 12 mil?
Yeah,
both teams was 12 mil.
Right.
Half their salary cap. So you've got Alex Johnson, Jai Arrow, Keon, Cody Walker.
Duncan's out of position, so he doesn't even really count.
Duncan's still a rookie.
Yeah.
So I don't see him as an out and out first grader just yet. Obviously he's become that recently, but I'm just talking about like at the start of this year. Outside of that,
probably Cheese and that's it.
Yeah, Cheese, but he came off the bench. He's come back from injury. They played like a gun first grade side. And what's scary for South is that they're going to head into next year with an entire reserve grade side that's played a bunch of first grade. Like that is like when they come in.
That's the silver lining.
Yeah, like when they come into, for example, when Ashton Ward comes in, mate, he was probably 2 or 3 years off the debut at the start of this year. Now when Ashton Ward comes in, if Cody Walker's injured or whatever, I think we're all going to be sitting there going, you know what?
100%.
He's pretty fucking good. He's good. Jeez, he reminds me of Luke Keary. Far out. I just can't get... Every time I see him move, it reminds me of Luke Keary early days at the Rabbitohs. He's slick. There's not much of him too, but he puts his body on the line.
God, he looks young.
And do you know what he's doing right now?
What?
He's a school teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not top 30 or anything. So he's at work now.
That's crazy.
Cracker story.
Mate, he was unbelievable. He was just so silky.
Even
some
the
of
young
those short
fella,
balls.
Fletcher.
Fletcher on the edge, Thomas Fletcher, some of those lines. And like,
Wow.
honestly, we're talking about guys I reckon were probably 2 or 3 years away from a debut. And now they're dominating other sides. And like, I get it. Dragons were missing players, but I mean, Souths are missing players too, bro. Like, it's not like the Souths aren't.
It's a bit like Newcastle a few years ago, how they were just diabolical, but they got young guys who debuted way too early, but they got experience early. The Broncos, when they had their spoon year, kind of similar situation. Like they eventually benefit of it. Like it's been a couple of years of absolute pain, but you're right. Like they're going to benefit so hard next year.
Massively.
Mate, Tallis Duncan for me,
He is ridiculous.
he is a weapon, bro.
Unbelievable.
And, you know, we always talk about on this show how, like, yes, players need to take accountability, but sometimes they're not being developed correctly. And we spoke for ages. And look, maybe it was just a happen chance that this year he became good and he was always destined to play really good this year. But we were saying for years he needs to be given that edge back row role and time to become a first grader. But first of all, he never got the edge back row role. If he did, it was like one game, then it'd be off the bench, then it'd be in the middle. And he was never given a fair opportunity just to earn his stripes and be the best player he can be. And then finally Wayne Bennett goes, I don't think he started the year, but then he brought him in and essentially kept him there on the edge. And he is a beast, bro. Like, he's playing so well right now. If you were just looking at the last 5 games, he would be one of the form back rowers in the comp. I know he played centre on the weekend, but you know what I'm saying? That's how good he's been. That's how good he's been.
He started the year on the bench, and then round 9, that was his first game starting at second row.
How old is he?
Like 22 or something like that. Yeah. Still super young.
Glad too.
And like
23, just turned 23.
And it just shows you, like, Wayne had a plan from the start. Start him on the bench, ease him into it, give him that opportunity thing, and then keep him there. Whereas I remember the last 2 years, he'd be in, out of the side, in, out of the side, in, and we were all sitting here going, this guy has the talent to be one of the better back rows in the comp, and he's not getting a fair crack.
And then when he was in, he'd be like on the edge sometimes, then in the middle sometimes.
Yeah. And he wouldn't even play that bad, and he'd get dropped, and you're just like, what is going on here?
Well, if someone's going to see that talent and potential, it's the OG, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Wayne just brings him in, has a plan for him, eases him into it, and then boom, leaves him there. He is a beast, bro. Like a try assist, 3 line break assists.
And he's out of position.
And he ran for 200 metres, bro. Jeez. A try assist, 200 metres, and 3 line break assists at centre. Bro, he's a talent. I'll never forget, this would have been like 4 years ago. And I was like, I was speaking to Jairo, I was like, who's someone you love, young fella? And he was like, Tallis Duncan. I fucking love him because he's a dog. He loves it. And we saw that. He is a dog.
Yeah.
So, mate, when this is going to be their team when Cam Murray comes back. Keon runs for another 200 metres, of course. Keon, Jairo up front. Cam Murray at 13. Tallis Duncan, Ewan Aiken on either edge. Jack Whiten, and then Campbell Graham in the centres. Alex Johnston and
Munro
on the edge. Munro's in and away. Shimmy, shimmy. Thanks for coming, baby. Amazing stuff. Then at 9, you'll probably have Cheese to start. If not, you bring him off the bench. Mamazella starting. Humphreys at 7, and then Cody Walker at 6. Like, bruh, that's a good side.
It's nice.
That's a good side. The only question is like, can Humphreys lay the platform for Cody Walker to do what he needs to do? But Humphreys' kicking game was phenomenal last night. So that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to be a world beater. He needs to be a really good defender, great kicking. Let Cody Walker sort the rest out.
I am, like, you go through that team, I am so interested to see what they do next year, like with Jai Gray, with Latrell. I know Ashton Ward's not going to start, but like he's floating.
I just fucking forgot Latrell. Mate, at the moment...
I did think that. I was also... Did he say
I didn't name the fullback. But at the moment, maybe you put Trell in centres and you put Campbell Graham on the wing. Because Campbell Graham's a good winger. He played for Australia on the wing.
Yeah, he's good.
I was floating the idea last night. Do you put Latrell at 6, Cody at 7, Humphries at 9, Gray at 1, and then you've got Jack White and Campbell Graham at centre?
Yeah, potentially.
There's so many options you can
so
do.
hard just to think about Jai Gray not in that side. Just
You just
doesn't
have
make
to
sense.
have
He has to be there.
He just has to be in there. And it's and like the thing with Latrell, they actually suit each other perfectly because Latrell can just chime in at fullback whenever he wants. Like he can say to Jai, "Oh, come in this set, you jump out at centre, I'm going to fullback." And then when they defend, just swap again. Like they can make it work. Like Trell, I know Trell finds centre boring. I get it, and he's a game superstar. We know how good he is. And like, you know, Jai Gray, to be honest, there aren't many players that can play as good as Latrell when he's on his day. Like when Latrell at his best, probably the only other person at fullback that can do what he does is probably Tommy Turbo at his best. Like that's the kind of player that Trell is. But you can still get that with Jai Gray at fullback. You just have sets where he just tells Jai, go sit out in the wing. Go sit in the wing for this attacking set. I'm taking the ball out of advantage. And then as soon as it hits fifth tackle, you just swap. Like as in fifth tackle when you're attacking, the kick goes up, you kick chase, and then you just swap. Like you can do that. You can do it multiple times in a game. Like Critter is chiming in at fullback for the Doggies a lot this time. So I just think that Jai Gray offers too. I will say, and this is being nitpicky, guys, because I think Jai Gray was outstanding last night.
Yeah.
He just needs to work on his ball playing. Just needs to work on his passing. That's the only part of his game he needs to improve because everything else, his try savers are unbelievable. His speed, his toughness, he's willing to support plays outstanding. Just a bit of ball playing. That's it. And that's any rookie fullback has to work on their ball playing. So I'm not saying that's a unique thing to him. He is so good, so good. And I look, it would be different. Let's say it was, I'll just say Dylan Edwards. Like that probably doesn't work because like Dylan Edwards is a player that his best asset. Like if you had Jai Gray and Dylan Edwards, you probably wouldn't replace Edwards with Jai Gray because they're too similar. They go through a bunch of work.
Yeah.
But the beauty of the Latrell one is you don't want Latrell taking 50 hit-ups. Like why would you do that to your Ferrari?
Yeah.
All you want is Trell doing the magic. That's it.
And when he wants to break a game, let him.
Let him break the game. Whenever he wants it, he calls it. And I just think that could work, you know.
Good problem to have.
Very good problem to have. But it's one of those problems that it can distract you to the point of either, you know, it doesn't work, but you're trying to keep them both in the side. Look at the Gold Coast Titans. Like, they've been struggling with this shit for 5 years.
Yeah.
They got to, it's a long off season, they got to make a decision and stick with it.
Yeah.
The thing about preseason is there'll always be that little bit of testing and going back and forth between a few different models. But what I'd love to see from the mastermind, Wayne, is come to some sort of a conclusion for preseason, give a full runway at whatever that looks like at the start of the year, and South could be anything.
And like if they have the whole preseason to train like that, they'll get used to the game plan. Like if they have time to know exactly, get a feel for each other, like when does the troll want to come back, when does he not want to come back, when is he calling, when he's not calling it, they'll kill it. Like to think Latrell at centres that you have to force Campbell Graham. That means that it'll be Alex Johnson and Tyrone Munro fighting for a wing spot. Like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Then you've got Totola on the bench, Moali on the bench, Mamazelis or Cheese on the bench. You know what? Maybe you just bring Cheese off the bench, and David Fafita might be landing.
That's another one.
Bro, I will say, if there's one coach that I believe will get the best out of David Fafita, it's obviously Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, agreed.
And I'll tell you what, if they land him, they're immediately... Okay, I won't go that far because I still need to see a whole season of Humphries and Walker together. But that aside, let's assume that works out, Humphries and Walker. If they get David Fafita, they're automatically a premiership threat for me, assuming that the Humphries-Walker combination works.
Yeah, I would only assume a top 4 side.
Anything less than a top 4 with that side, with Fafita and Cheese coming off the bench, or maybe if Fafita starts and Aiken comes off the bench or whatever, you know, whatever you want to do, that's crazy, bro.
This is the Wayne Bennett effect, isn't it? Like, look what he's accomplished, not only from a recruitment perspective, but in being able to blood these players, still have South in a good position. It's scary what they could be.
Imagine the impact bringing Cheese and David Fafita on through the middle at the same time.
And I agree. Where David Fafita's at, yes, maybe it's a little bit strategic, but I think what he actually needs is that man management.
Yeah, and he just needs a fresh start. Get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
A real honest talk to Wayne Bennett. And look, we've been critical of Dave. Like, we have been really critical this year. But, like, the Titans is a shambles at the moment. And yes, he has to take responsibility for what he's done because he hasn't been great that year. But at the same time, the environment there is terrible. So
also, he potentially goes into that, although there are expectations because you're still David Fifita.
Nowhere near as much.
Yeah, for once, it's like, okay, you don't have to be David Fifita.
Yeah, yep.
You go into a new club, you got some belief and support from Wayne, and it's like, all right, let's clean the slate here.
That's true, because when he signed, did he sign before Tino?
Yeah.
So he was the guy when he signed with Titans.
2020, I think.
Anything less than absolute best is always going to be critiqued.
I've said this for years now. Play him through the middle. Just get him on for 20-minute stints and just go, bro, I just need you to go skits. Simplify his game. So he doesn't have to do all reads in defence. He doesn't have to talk. He doesn't have to get line speed. None of that. Get that out of his game.
The game has adapted to that as well. The traditional middle, it's not just like barge and carry.
Nah, and so you just get him on the field and you just say, mate, I just need you to run as hard as you want and do whatever you want. Just run fucking hard and bump blokes. Simplify his game and just say, just enjoy it, bro. I want you to go out there and enjoy the contact. That's it. And Wayne will do that. He'll simplify his game. Whereas if you put him on an edge, people don't give enough credit for defence, how important edge is in defence. Like if you're an edge back rower in defence, everyone thinks it's the halfback that's calling the shots. It's not. It's the edge back rower. He's the one that identifies where are we landing? Are we reading? Are we all jamming in? Are we all sliding out? It all comes off the back rower. He's the one that has to pull people out to that second goalpost. He's the one that has to tell his half, this is who you've got. It all comes off the back rower.
Yeah, it's very underrated how much effort and detail goes into defending in that role.
Here's a good example. Kenny Bromwich and Kafusi.
Bro.
The kings of it. Are you telling me that the Storm for the last 10 years couldn't have got guys that were better-ish in attack than Kafusi and Bromwich? Even though Bromwich in attack is quite good, Kafusi is solid. But no, the reason why they were there is because Bellamy was like, they're the best defensive back rowers in the comp.
To watch them go about their work, to watch that even in training. And you're right, because of the role, because of what they do on the field, I think you don't look at their defensive stuff as that strategic and structured. Kenny Bromwich was amazing, the way he worked with Munster, but the way Felice would time how far he got up, what he would do to the opposing fullback, the opposing halfback, it was phenomenal to watch.
They were the best in the business. And that's why it was so hard to score against the Storm, because their edge back rowers were the best in the business.
I wish people could understand how much detail actually goes into that.
I'm telling you, usually when if a try scored on the wing, sometimes it can be the winger just jamming in, guys. I'm not saying it's not. But a lot of the time, it's because the edge back rower didn't communicate or he didn't get to the right man, or a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because everything works off that. If your edge back rower gets connected in a unders ball, you're jamming. You have to jam. If your back rower doesn't get caught up, you get to slide. It's all hinges on that. So that's where I just think, bring Fifita in the middle. You've got Tallis Duncan, you've got Ewan Aiken. Bring him in the middle. He'll fucking tear it apart. He will be destructive in the middle. Yeah. And so I really do, because I like David. He's a great young man. He's a legend. I've spoken to him a few times. Really upbeat character. And yes, it hasn't worked out this year and it hasn't been great for him, and he needs to be better. There's no denying that at all. But I reckon at Rabbitohs, I think Wayne will be the one. Wayne has worked with far less. You know what I mean? He's got better out of far less. Imagine what Wayne can do with a guy like Fifita. And to be honest, Wayne might have got David Fifita to the Broncos in the first place, because he would have been coming through the ranks 2017, 16. And that's when Wayne was at the club, I think, still.
Wayne was there till 2018, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so he would have had something to do with him when he was a junior. And also, I'm sure David Fifita probably looks back at the last year or two and goes, you know what, I probably could have been better. So I'm excited for it. I really am excited for it.
Yeah, I love it.
Mate, Rabbitohs looking great. Look, the Dragons, the Dargans, usually I would sit here and go, listen, missing a bunch of players, let's just erase it from the memory bank. However, it was so bad, I can't do that for this one. If they had lost 24-0, I'd just go, listen, they've been up for so long, these things happen. But to lose 40-0 to an opposing side that's also a reserve grade side, that is so concerning. So concerning.
Nothing.
I was in those stands, and Souths have been bad all year. They've had a spoon bowl 2 weeks ago, and not once in the game did I feel like they were even going to get close to scoring.
And I know Souths played really well. They were 30 from 30 in their first 30 sets. But as I said, if it was 24-0, even, maybe even 30-0, I just go, you know what? I'm still happy with the Dragons year, and I am still happy with the Dragons year, but like, that's a really dark day for the club. Like that is after how much work they've done, how far they've come as a club. They extend Flano, rightly so. They've got all these absolute young guns coming through, and then to let themselves down like that, like I'm sure Flano is just so gutted because they've come so far. And listen, if they hadn't have come so far, then it doesn't matter. Who cares? But they had come so far. They've beaten some of the best teams in the comp.
Well, the last 6 weeks, they lose to Canberra by 4. They lose to Roosters by 7. They lose to Bulldogs by 2. So they're in all these games, lose to Cowboys, which wasn't great. Then they beat Canberra. Then they beat the Sharks. Then they just go down to the Warriors. It's been a good period for them.
And so I get that they were missing players, but so if it was against another team that wasn't missing players, I'd go, yeah, fair enough, they're missing a bunch. But it's against South. They're missing heaps too. They're basically missing the same. So, yeah, it's tough to just let it go to the keeper, you know. It's tough to just go, just erase it. Even though if I was the coach, that's what I would be doing. I'd be going, listen, let's just move on from it. But, geez, it was tough. That's it. They just need to bounce back before the end of the season, because if they go into the end of the season like this, the confidence that they'll have, like the less amount of confidence they'll have compared to if they had have kept on going before this week, will be night and day. Like if they had kept playing the way they had played for the last month, they'll be heading into next year going, if we aren't in the top 8, that's outrageous.
Yeah,
we are a top 8 side. If they go into the end of the season losing 40-0, 20-0, 26-0 or whatever, they'll go in going, shit, like we're not going to make, like the confidence will get rattled a little bit.
And even with the circumstances, it's unfortunate because it really doesn't reflect, even with the losses that they've had, it doesn't reflect how they've been playing.
The whole
Not
season.
at all, yeah.
There's only been one other game where they got towed up. It was against the Roosters.
Yeah.
But like it was against the Roosters. So you go, you know what? Roosters can be red hot. They've got origin players all throughout their team. The darkness about this one is like, this is a reserve grade side against a reserve grade side. And so, look, I'm just going to glass half full it and say it's a blip on the radar. I'm still happy with the Dragons season, but if it continues for the rest of the year like this, then I'm going to be like, you took 10 steps forwards and you took 15 back in the last end of the season. So hopefully they can fix it out quickly.
100%.
I don't know how this escaped my brain, but they lost 56-6 to the Dolphins at one point this year as well. So they've had just random games here and there where they just get absolutely pumped.
Yeah.
For the life of me, cannot remember that game. But
you know what's insane? The Sharks are sitting 4th right now. How?
But they've got given their points for the bye this week.
I know, but they're still sitting 4th.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, for example, if Panthers and Warriors lose, they will be 4th.
They will, yeah.
Like, unless Broncos win. But the fact that they're even there or thereabouts, like, for example, their last 5 games, they're 4 wins and 1 loss.
Are they really?
Yeah. 4-1.
Doesn't feel like that, does it?
No, it doesn't.
4-1. Like, and when you actually look at everyone else's form, that's equally as good as the next best, which is 4-1, and it's the Melbourne Storm.
And you know what's crazy as well? Some of these losses they've had, like they lost on the bell to the Raiders. They had a close loss to Broncos. They'd pretty much lost on the bell to the Tigers. Like if they won just one of them,
they're locked into the top 4. They're locked into the top 4. And so that's why look, I know you could look at the games that they've lost and they lose to some of the top tier sides, but they've also beaten the Melbourne Storm. They're so weird. Strange, the Sharkies. It's so, because how can you be too critical of them when they're sitting in the top 4 right now? But 100%. We've been pretty critical. I was critical of them last week for sure. So, yeah, what a weird one, isn't it? So, right now they're 4 and against 67, which is the second worst in the top 8. The worst is worst 4 and against the top 8 is Warriors at 12. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Don't forget, guys, white is the code for free delivery for Hungriest Player. Massive thank you to Menulog, as always. And yeah, a shout out to Pepper Jack, serving impressively large, delicious sandwiches across Brisbane. Alrighty, AJ's record. He now needs 3 to break the record with only 1 game remaining this year. They've made it clear that if it happens this year, fans cannot storm the field.
Boo.
Campbell Graham said he'll try and be the first to reach him, even if he's not playing. Yeah, guys, don't run on the field. don't run on the field if he scores 3 tries against the Roosters. Don't do it.
Okay.
Just make sure you don't do it. Just make sure you don't do it, because that would be very immature. If he scores 3 against Roosters, that will be...
Make it so much cooler.
Honestly, that'll be like written in a book kind of stuff.
That's like the footy god saying, "Here you go."
Yeah.
You're right.
That is absolutely... You know what? I will become religious if he scores 3 tries, because there's no way other than God that does that.
It'll be so much better than, say, doing it in round 1 or 2 next year.
Do they play Roosters round 1 next year, or you don't know yet?
They haven't done the draw yet, but seriously,
Surely set it up.
I was thinking about this this morning, right? If they put South in an away game interstate next year, round 1 and 2, I will just give up.
It'll be
Just
one of...
to,
Surely
on
not.
purpose.
I don't know.
Surely not.
Just-
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Sure.
Look, if he's got 3 tries, if
Maybe,
if he
yeah,
needs
3.
3 tries, I would be like, yeah, I can get that. But if let's say he scores, I don't know, 1, if I'm the NRL, I'd
Have
try to
to.
give 2 home games at the start
Yeah.
of the year.
Or at least 2 or 3 games in Sydney.
Yeah.
Have to.
You'd go 2 home games initially. Surely you can
Surely.
jig it around. Like, just
Yeah.
that's, you just don't get them later.
Like
3
this
tries
is we're never going to see something like this.
Ever
Yeah.
again.
3 tries last round against the Roosters.
That's
to
it.
crack it. Oh, stealth. That's fairy tale.
Like, surely. What's crazy is, like, Tupou's not that far off either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, 190?
He's
Mate.
188, I think.
Yeah. So he's obviously got got a season or 2 he'd have to catch up.
Yeah.
And Alex Johnson's going to keep playing, but
Yeah, because Tupou's, I think, 4 years older than him.
Yeah.
But still.
So
And
Alex Johnson-
Tupou doesn't look like he's slowing down.
no, he looks outstanding. But I will say, Alex Johnson, like, mate, he might beat it by friggin' 20 tries.
Well, so he re-signed the other day till the end of 27, so that's another 2 seasons.
Wow.
And he's got a clause in his contract that he's allowed to negotiate with Papua New Guinea before November 1 next year. So, like, I think he wants to be their first ever player. So he's going to play for
okay.
PNG. He's got years left in him.
Yeah, wow.
He's going to get 250 tries.
Yeah, it's untouched.
And he's a
Touch wood.
his ability to find the try line is like second to none. He just
Such a good finisher.
oh mate, so good, especially in today's day and age where we're so focused on like meter eaters as wingers. He just a great finisher. So I cannot wait. Don't forget, guys, Code Sports. We've got a discounted subscription. Go to codesports.com.au/bloke. Use Bloke for the discount, guys. The biggest discount they got at the moment. And also, shout out to Good Day/Daylights. Go to bighood.com.au. I used my Good Day today, brought it with me in my pocket. The best multivitamin ever. My missus and kids have been sick for 2 weeks. I haven't caught anything, bro. Literally nothing. Just
Love
been
that.
solid as, all because of multivitamin. It's the best. Absolutely the best. So get it at biggoodhealth.com.au. Use code DMP for 10% off. Then you could match it with a subscription, get 20% off. Jed Stewart. He said it would be difficult for his dad to drop him, but he understands if Tamale comes back. Yeah, I put this up recently about I thought Tamale would have to play one game in reserve grade before he came straight back in, but a lot of Raiders fans are saying he should come straight back in. I guess it's a little bit different to when I was coming through. Like if you were a rookie that got injured for, how long has it been, 10 weeks or something? Like
Yeah, it was a long injury.
if you were a rookie that started really well, he got injured for 10 weeks, and then the team you're in was coming first, there's no way you would just walk back into the side. At least when I was coming through.
No, I felt the same way.
You know what I mean?
Yep, definitely.
Like, let's say the Storm.
You had to be like seasoned veteran,
Yep.
one of the top players.
Yep. To be able to go
just
10 weeks
walk-
off, to
walk
just
in,
walk
yeah.
straight back in. So maybe it's just a generational thing where a lot of fans think he should walk back in. But as I said, like I just know when I was at the Broncos, if we were on top of the table after 10 weeks of me not playing and I had a rookie season where I started really well, there's no way Wayne would have put me straight back in.
Not a chance.
He would say, you got to at least show me that you're still at that level. The only people that used to get put straight back in after injuries like that is essentially rep players or veterans. But maybe it's changed. It definitely has changed. Like that kind of old school earning your stripes. Really, only the Storm still do it to a degree. So maybe they do put him straight back in. Me personally, if I was the coach, I would just to help him. I would put him in New South Wales Cup
agree.
first. I don't think it's good for him to come straight back in either.
No.
But I guess we'll see. This is one of those tough things, though, where you've got the added pressure of if he doesn't come straight back in, people are just going to assume it's because it's Jed Stewart. When it's like,
Which is annoying.
It's not because of
Definitely
that.
not.
It is very normal for a
Young
rookie.
players had 10 weeks off.
Yeah, it's very normal for a rookie to have to play at least one game in reserve grade before he. And it's honestly, sometimes it's not even about the rookie. Sorry, not even about the first grade side. It's actually for the rookie to get some wind in him.
And then you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you do play him and he doesn't play well, you should have done this.
Yeah, and then why don't you drop him? And it's like, okay, so now his confidence is rattled. So
I think the safest outcome is to bring him back in for a game and then blood him back into the top side.
Why rush it?
Yeah.
You're on top of the table.
Exactly.
So what's the point of rushing him back in when you're definitely going to win the premiership? Or not definitely, but pretty much locked in. If they win this week?
The minor premiership? Yeah. If they win this week, they'll be, they should win it.
Because they're 2 wins ahead, aren't they?
They're 1 win ahead Melbourne.
Okay. But look, if you come second, who really gives a shit? You're in the top 4. But they're probably going to win it. Why would you rush him back when the main thing is getting ready for finals footy?
And they're playing the Tigers next week and the Dolphins the week after. They should beat both of them. So they should win the minor premiership.
What's it? But if
Storm's fought against is better.
But if Storm win every game, that means that they'll win it.
That is true.
Yeah.
If they lose tonight, as in if Canberra lose tonight.
Yeah. Yep. So I think just be patient. Yes, it's great to win a minor premiership, but it's much better to be ready for finals footy. So I guess we'll see. Guys, don't forget KO Sports, Fox League exclusive games this week are Panthers v the Raiders, Seagulls, Dolphins, Titans, Warriors, Knights, Broncos. Also, got the NRLW season on, plus the T20 series may be over, but the action doesn't stop. Australia and South Africa gear up for an unmissable 3-match ODI series, and also gear up for another weekend of motorsport action on MotoGP returns to Hungary at the new Ballerton Park circuit. You can watch it all on KO. I watched a hectic movie last night. Date night with the wife. Haven't had one for probably 2 months with the kids, 2 kids under 2. And so we had a first date night in quite a while. We went and watched a movie called Weapons. It was so good, bro.
Really?
So good. Do you like horror movies? I'm not usually a horror movie fan.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Because in my head, I'm always like, why would I pay to make myself feel like shit? I'm paying someone to make me feel scared.
I'm just more of a story guy.
This has story.
Yeah.
This is great movie.
Is it
it's so good.
based on true story vibes or?
Oh, they try to imply it, but you got to go see it. It's gun movie, scary as shit too.
I'm just here for any movies that come out because I feel like it never happens.
Mate, we went last night on a Thursday night, and honestly, I felt sad because there was no one there. And I'm like, bro, growing
Remember
up,
Thursday nights?
bro, Thursday nights back in the day were like chockers.
You ever go to a movie marathon?
Yeah, absolutely. I got kicked out of one for drinking piss in the back corner with the boys. drinking Woodstocks, and they fucking caught me. The dogs.
Woodstocks.
Yeah,
Jeez.
drinking Woodstocks. I was a fucking rebel, bro.
Yeah, I got kicked out of one for a story for another time.
That's
I'll
really
put 2 and 2
rude.
together.
That's disrespectful. I mean, we've all been there.
Young and dumb.
We've all been there. Yeah, Thursday nights used to be, and I said to the missus, I was like, man, this is sad.
I don't think, even the teenagers, they're not,
They
people aren't
stream.
just letting their kids go to the movies though.
Yeah, fair. But also, they just stream everything from home. Think about the difference between our upbringing and the kids these days. When you get home, you have infinite stuff to consume today. When we used to get home, it was either what's on TV and it was shit, so you would do other stuff.
There was no streaming. For me, I either had a DVD that my grandma got me from Bali, or I was,
people used to
that
stand up in
website
front
where
of
you
you?
could try and rip
LimeWire?
a movie or two.
LimeWire?
Yeah,
Napster?
LimeWire. Napster's old, but yeah, LimeWire. That's your best bet, but yeah, it makes sense. What am I going to the movies for? And it's just not movies coming out all the time anymore.
No, they're never. But if you wanted to watch something like on TV, you had to also wait. It wasn't on till 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. And where I lived, we only got 2 channels because there's big trees in front of our house.
Nah.
So yeah, we only had ABC and 10.
I remember when we first got Foxtel.
Oh yeah, stop
Shut
it.
the gate.
Having ABC and 10 is not great.
Yeah, to be honest, maybe it made me the athlete that I am because I was like, nothing to watch. It made me get into video games because that's all I could do on the internet. But now kids, when they go home, they have everything to consume. That's why it's not good for us because we used to be bored sometimes. Now you're never bored because you're always consuming.
You pretty much, as a parent, just actively need to strip some of that stuff back.
Yeah, and I want to try with my kids is maybe this is the wrong way to do it, but use it as rewards. Listen, if you go out and play soccer or your exercise, then you can have fun on that. But you have to earn it. I don't want you just coming home and you get to fucking sit around all day. Like,
I mean, we didn't have a choice when we were young, but I was coming home only when I had to. I was out playing, running around.
Yeah.
No street lights come on though if I wasn't home.
In trouble?
Bruh.
Yeah. Man. The good old days, mate. The good old days.
That's who we are now.
We are those people, eh? That's
I had
so
this
cringe.
reflection the other day, when think about the generation above us, call it the growing up in the 60s, 70s, whatever, and they would have looked at us and saying this exact conversation, what we're doing, and now I'm doing that to that generation.
You know what wigs me out is that, like, I've got kids now and I'm 38, but when my parents were 38, they honestly, I felt like they were 50.
Yeah, that's what it used to be like.
Yeah, like they were full on adults that had everything sorted, and they were like 50 years old, and they were so old.
Yeah,
I'm their age now, and they had 4 kids at that point.
It's not like that, but I remember growing up, every year, every decade, it was like, oh, okay, it's normalized. Like, to me now, 60-year-olds are still like cruising around their sweet, but 40 was like, oh.
Mate, even now, like you always thought when I'm 35 or 38, I'll have everything sorted. I still feel young as shit in my head, young as anything. Like
So
I
do
don't. When I even say the word 38, I'm like, fuck, that's old. I don't feel that old, and I'm assuming it stays with you all the time. But yeah, I think back to when I was a kid and I used to look up and think, man, my mum's so old. She's like 35.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just now I'm her age, so like my kid is going to think the same thing. As long as I keep up with my moisturiser, hopefully I'll look younger. But vitamins, yeah, good day, moisturiser. But yeah, that's what's so weird is like we are our parents' age right now, going through the same stuff they were going through, thinking the same things they were going through.
You clocked the UFC last week?
Yeah, I did. I will say, super impressive from Khamzat Chimaev. Super impressive, but bro, so boring.
Yeah, I was impressed, and then by round 3, I was like, all right, bro.
Bro, all he was doing wasn't defensive wrestling, but he was only wrestling to keep him on the ground.
Yeah, what was impressive was I'm watching Drickus be manhandled like a child.
Like he is honestly 20 kilos lighter.
It was ridiculous. But if you look at, say, a Khabib, who technically has the same style, but he's punching the shit out of you.
And he's creating space to punch.
Yeah,
whereas
all the
Khamzat
time.
was literally chest to chest the whole time.
I would have loved to have seen Khamzat, even if you are picking your moments, just unleash
something.
Rain hell.
Something. Like he went for like one submission. I know he had the crucifix a few times, but even then he was too scared to...
and it was just the taps.
Little taps.
And like, yeah, you got 500 punches, but like,
and like, there's all these people going, oh, you're a casual if you didn't enjoy it. It's like, bruh, you're a casual if you don't realize he was only wrestling to keep him down to win the easiest way possible. Like, all Chimaev was thinking is, I know I can dominate him with my wrestling, so I'm going to wrestle and just keep him down the whole time because that's the least chance of me losing this fight.
What it did was it put a dent in my perspective of how Khamzat is just this savage psychopath. Like, yes, you are, but in some respects, you wanted to win the title and you took a safer option.
Yeah.
The Khamzat that I know and then you somewhat claim to be is just this brutal lunatic. Like, that's what I wanted to see.
And also, like, what's he going to do when he gets up against someone with hectic jiu-jitsu off the back? He won't be able to do that. I mean, that's why Burns nearly beat him, because he has good jiu-jitsu. I mean, Kamaru Usman nearly beat him on fucking 10 days notice in a weight division up above. If that fight was 5 rounds, Kamaru beats him. So I don't know why, like, people used to say Khabib was boring. Bro, at least Khabib did ground and pound and submitted people.
Yeah, he finished people.
You know, he actually finished people. And I know Chimaev actually usually does finish people, but I just thought, like...
I think it felt like a choice.
I will say, like, I'm not expecting him to risk every round, but at least, like, a few times. Like, just try to finish him a couple of times.
And you can't deny that he was in positions and had opportunities to do that.
Bro, he had him in a crucifix 5 times. And not at not one point did he arch up and just fucking give it to him. Like, I don't get it. Like, I get it because, like, you've worked your whole life and you're like, what's the easiest path to victory? It's this. So I understand that, but it just hurts his... I mean, not that he would give a shit, but it just... Do I want to watch a Khamzat fight next time? Like, Put it this way. Before this, I was like, I'm watching any Hamzat Chimaev
I
fight.
agree. But he's taken some of that shine off.
Yeah. Whereas, like, if he does this again next fight because he's too scared to lose the belt, I'm just going to be like, bruh. Like, at least Islam and Khabib finish fights.
Yeah, because I still, going back to our original point, I still actually appreciate the fight and what he did.
100%.
But I'm looking at these build-ups, watching these hype videos, getting so excited because he is a killer.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, that you got me last time.
Yeah. It's almost like the Sean Strickland kind of curse where he talks up this crazy game that he's a killer, then he goes in and jabs for 25 minutes.
Or
Which,
just
parries and jabs and shoulder rolls, which is skillful. Like, he's super skillful, but, like, you can't be rolling in there like you're this killer. I mean, he's more of a killer than I'll ever be. But you can't be rolling in there like a killer but then never knock anyone out.
And there's some savages who are coming up as contenders. They are highly skewed towards being stand-up fighters as well. So, you know, I mean, Hamzat took Dricus down in all of 15 seconds in some of those rounds, which is crazy.
And I will say, Hamzat isn't the main person to blame for this. It's the fact, and I love DDP. I think he's such a fucking legend.
Same.
But the main person to blame in all this is DDP's defense. Like, I can't believe how bad his takedown defense was.
After the second round, you literally, all you should be thinking about is
Takedown.
the fact that within this 30 seconds, all he's going to do is try and take you down.
And he's standing totally upright.
Yeah.
Like, get low and just defend the takedown and stay out of range for a little bit. Like, if he had have been anticipating the takedown a little bit, he might have been able to land a knee, an uppercut, even just sprawl. Like, he wasn't even putting his head down when he was trying to sprawl. Like, he wasn't even, like, all really basics about, like, wrestling defense and takedown defense. He had no second efforts. Like, he would kind of defend the first takedown, but then he would just, like, stop and freeze, and you're just like, bro, scramble. Get out of there. If you can get out of that first, minute or so, he's going to be not gassed, but it's not going to be as explosive. But because Chimaev is coming into every round fresh, essentially, that first 30 seconds is as explosive as anything.
Yeah, 100%.
So if it's like, just try to get into the second minute while standing up, and you've got a chance. Because anytime he did stand up, he landed a few kicks and hits, and punches. So
that knockout too for the Volk contender fight was off its head. To land,
Right.
I don't think people understand how hard it would be to land that.
to time that, to step
spinning
out of the
elbow in
way
the
and just go
temple.
bang and create that space. And Pico was talking crap before it. So
Big
he's from
time.
Bellator. And he was talking shit saying he could beat Alex Volkanovski. He even had the gall to say Volkanovski hasn't fought a wrestler like him before. Hey, bro. He went up a weight division and fought the pound-for-pound best fighter in the competition.
him.
And you could argue beat him in at least the first fight. But he, on the cards, I know he didn't. But you could argue he did. And by the end of the fight was on top of him, ground and pounding him. And Islam is a big 170. He's big for 170. Not just he's not Alex Volkanovski, he could fight in fucking 135 if he wanted to strip enough. Talking about he hasn't fought a wrestler? What are you talking about, bro? Then he goes out and gets knocked out, and he was winning the first 30 seconds or whatever the fight it was, or the first few minutes. But, bruh, coming
I love
in...
a little humble pie when they come from another organisation.
Yeah, listen, you're coming from another organisation and you're already calling out one of the UFC's GOATs or MMA's
legend.
GOATs. Let's just show some respect. Like that to me, although like I like trash talk or whatever, but that's disrespectful in my opinion. How dare you call out one of the GOATs when you haven't even beaten anyone in the UFC yet? And look, I understand it's prize fighting, it's shit talking, but it's like there's certain things that you just kind of like shit talk your opponent. Don't shit talk Alex Volkanovski. He's so far gets knocked out, boom, first time. So bit of humble pie for the big feet.
Yeah, buddy.
Bit of humble pie, but listen, if you thought if that bloke can knock him out in the first round, man, Alex Volkanovski would have kicked his head off his shoulders.
To the drawing board, bro.
Wow. Mate, I can't wait for Ilia Topuria's next fight, though. Bruh, he is a fucking beast, bro.
I feel sad about it. I think it's Justin Gaethje getting thrown to the wolves, bros.
Bro, I don't know who beats...
I don't like that. Justin Gaethje, he's going to come in...
and get fucking starched.
Like, he's already been slept too many times.
Bro, Oliveira has never been knocked out like that. He was out before he hit the deck. Like, bruh, it's crazy.
Way Gaethje fights too.
Like, how do you beat? Is it wrestling? But he's got crazy wrestling. He started off as a wrestler, Ilya. So is it a jiu-jitsu guy? But Oliveira is a jiu-jitsu guy.
I don't even know how Gaethje's back up for a title, to be honest. Nothing against him.
It's because there's just no one else at the moment. Like, there are a few others, but they haven't, like, jumped out, I just want the Ilya Islam fight.
Oh, just give it to us.
Just come on, bro. Come down to 170, fight him. Sorry, 155.
They want to do it, Dana. Just give us the super fights.
Sorry, go up to 170. Just give it to us.
Just give it to us.
And I know he will probably just get wrestled and submitted, but I still would just enjoy it, you know? Because I just think Islam would be too big. It'd be too big. Too big and strong.
I mean, that's true in either circumstance, but especially if he's going up, I don't think it's realistic.
Yeah, because Islam can't make 155 anymore.
I think he's basically said he's not gonna.
Yeah. But if he can, let's say he could, oh, bro, give me that. Give me that. You know what I would like to see? Ilia Topuria punch Conor McGregor's head off his shoulders.
It wouldn't be good.
Mate.
There's no way.
Prime Conor, he's got a round or two in him his timing is pretty spectacular. But after that, he is done. Dunskies. And I actually think Prime Ilya beats Prime Conor.
Yeah, too well-rounded.
Yeah, because he has everything. He could just take him down, wrestling.
Different era. You see that transition.
Evolution.
Conor was on the end. Exactly, the evolution. He was on the end of it, where stand-up, you could dominate still. I know he got found out a little bit, but once that wrestling phase came in, and now Ilia Topuria is a great example of you have to have all of the skill sets.
Yeah. And Ilia Topuria is like knocking blokes out cold. Like I'm trying to think with Conor, you had
Those who haven't
Aldo.
been knocked out or knocked down.
So he is. Yeah, exactly. So you've got Aldo that he cleaned, like gone when he touched him. Outside of that, Mendes, he fatigued and then he like knocked him out, TKO. Alvarez essentially TKO. Whereas Ilya is like Max Holloway. He's never been dropped. Gone. Volks, gone.
And Oliveira said, I've never been hit like that.
Fuck. Essentially three people.
You can see it's just like...
Yeah. Essentially three people that have never been fully gone from a punch. Like obviously Volk with the kick, but from a punch, Volk's never been gone. Max never been gone.
And they were brutal knockouts.
Brutal.
These guys weren't getting up.
Nah, and it wasn't like an early stoppage or anything. Like it was, you're gone. You're Dunskies. Crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. Righty. Tips. Panthers, Raiders.
Tough one. Very tough. I think... Where's this game being played? Is it Mudgee? That's thrown me. I'm
going Raiders.
Oh, yeah?
I just reckon it's their grand final. I reckon they're going to treat it like a grand final.
You know, how bad do you think Penrith want it?
Bad, but I just think it's all set up for Raiders to ambush them.
Is Yo playing?
Don't know yet.
I'm gonna go the Green Machine.
Oh, but I will say they do struggle under the high ball, and Nathan Cleary is going to be fucking peppering their wingers and fullback. Shit. I'll stick with the Raiders, but quote, mark my words, there's going to be 3 drop balls by the outside backs tonight.
I did this last time too with I didn't back the Storm. I'm going to go Penrith, but I want the Green Machine to win.
I'm going Raiders.
Raiders? Storm, Dogs.
This is my perspective. I think Storm are going to give them a hiding.
Pounding.
I was just about to say the same thing. I reckon it's going to be a big game.
I'm feeling it. It's in my gut.
Oh, I just wonder, I reckon Soraldo is going to treat this like the game of the season because he was pissed last week. Pissed. It's the first time he's called his players out publicly. And I just wonder... And Storm do have shit in them. You got to remember, they got shit in them.
Yeah.
Where they just but they looked so good last week.
Amy Park, I think the weather's down good down in Melbourne at the moment. But I think Paps will be back. If he's on the reserves, usually it means that...
Yeah, same with Yo.
Yeah, I'll go Storm. I'll go Storm. I mean, Dogs 250 and Raiders 226. Not bad. Manly, Dolphins.
This was a hard one for me. It's so hard to back Manly, even though they are at 4 points. But I am going to go Manly. I think...
surely
is
DCE.
it Cherry's game? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's 350.
That was the kicker for me.
Yeah.
They can't not turn up for that.
Mate, if they get beaten by the Dolphins with all the injuries Dolphins have, I know Manly have some too, on DCE's 350th...
That's the nail in the coffin
mate,
for old DCE.
Mate, you may as well just pack the season up. You may as well just go, all right, we forfeit our next 2 games.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, me too.
Who you going?
Manly.
Manly? Titans, Warriors.
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 Man, that's not... Titans are 210. That's not value at all.
That's ridiculous.
That's
How do
ridiculous.
they justify that?
You know
way
what?
too
They'll go
short.
out and win now.
I guess they beat him a few weeks ago, but
210
oh no, it's outrageous. Way too short.
for like Warriors are.
So what are the Warriors paying? $1 what?
74.
All over that.
Eels, Roosters,
Roosters.
Roosters.
Knights, Broncos.
We've got to go the Bronx.
Yep, Broncos.
Tiger. They'll make it hard for themselves though. They won't just make it easy for us.
A
to
game
watch.
that you're not coming in where you're perceiving it as hard, or
They'll-
maybe the challenge that it is won't get the best out of the
Yeah.
Broncos.
They'll be losing with 10 to go and then score 17 tries in 10 minutes. Fucking unbelievable. Tigers, Cowboys. Cowboys 227.
I've gone.
I don't mind that.
I've gone the Tigers at Leica.
Yeah, me too.
That was
They were
enough.
pretty good
Not
last
confident.
week, the Cowboys.
Yeah,
they
I
got
know.
McLean and Tamale back. I'm going to go Cowboys. I'm going to go Cowboys. 227. I think it's juicy.
That's great.
Yeah, I think it's juicy. Alrighty, guys, don't forget Grumpy Coffee, Monday, brand new blend, Father's Day blend, brand new design, everything. Grab the best coffee in all the land. We got our coffees here, already finished them. How good, the best coffee as you can see. The best coffee, seriously, you will not regret it. We got pods, we got beans, we got ground, we got it all. Go to grumpycoffee.com.au, and also we got bundles on Bloke Shop, www.bloke.shop on Monday, 6 p.m. And finally, give Lukey a message. He has a very special price for Bloke community members only, but you can only get it if you message him. Give him a message, even if it's just to ask what you would get for a trade-in, even if it's just to ask a random question about anything in regards to cars, he will take care of you guys, the best in the business. Alrighty, that's anything going on with you, mate?
Only that my beautiful partner launched her company. How'd you go?
I've got, I'm literally using one of the cases.
Oh, very good.
I've got one of the cases on my phone. It's sick. It's one of those shock cover cases, but I used to have an iPhone one, but this one's better because it's way more sturdy. Way more sturdy.
I've had it for a fair while now, but the main one is the blue light screen protector. So
Yep, I've got to get
love
that on.
The matte display. It's not glass, which means it doesn't crack. And
Yep.
you know, I'm into the biohacking, so protecting the blue light's
And,
a good
and
option.
it doesn't change the look of your phone?
Nah, it doesn't change the actual display, but it's also matte, which I've grown to love.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a matte display. Which
So
I
it's
really
hey_luminary.
Yes.
Luminary?
Yes.
Yep. Hey_luminary. Give it a follow, guys. I got a package the other day. It's sick. Even got a tripod as well. Going to get the blue screen on here to make sure it's the blue light isn't hitting me face all the time. But as usual, we'll go fuck ourselves. Thank you.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.